Okay, get ready because we are diving into an explainer of the absolute most chaotic zero to hero story you will ever hear. We're tracing the wild, completely cinematic journey of a young guy named Chen Yuan. And let me tell you, this is a masterclass in how sudden, absurd wealth can just completely flip reality on its head. So just imagine this for a second. You're a broke student, you're working 4 jobs, literally subsisting on plain bread just to buy gifts for your girlfriend of 3 years, Chuang, and then, out of nowhere, you are publicly dumped for some guy who drives a Mercedes, you're left crying in a convenience store, totally devastated, all your dignity gone, only to have your entire reality shattered moments later when a mysterious digital interface pops up right in front of your eyes. 90 billion. That is the exact staggering amount of money our protagonist, Chen Yuan, suddenly sees credited to his account. To put that into perspective, that's enough money to buy out entire industries. But, here's where the story takes a wildly specific turn. Because there's an absurd catch to this new fortune. The interface calls itself the bootlicker system. And those 90 billion coins? Yeah, they are completely locked for his own personal use. He can't even buy himself a sandwich with them. They can exclusively be spent on women. So Chen realizes he basically has to treat his daily interactions like a video game to farm what the system calls favorability. It goes like this. Step 1, spend system money on a chosen target. Step 2, get her favorability score up to 95. And step 3, this is the real kicker. Once she hits 95, she becomes a loyal bootlicker, and he gets 10% of everything he spent on her back as real-world cash he can finally use on himself. Oh, and he also gets attribute points to level up his physical stats. This triggers an immediate, literal, night and day transformation. He goes from being the campus laughingstock, the guy who actually passed out from heartbreak, to this untouchable billionaire. But to do this, he realizes he has to shift his entire mindset. He can't be emotionally attached anymore. He has to become a cold, calculating spender to unlock his real wealth and his newfound superhuman powers. Chen immediately tests this out on an arrogant girl named Su Leil. He takes her straight to a Gucci store where, in just a stroke of perfect cinematic timing, his cheating ex, Chuang, is there trying on a bag. Chen just casually drops 50 grand on that exact bag for Su Leil right in front of them, exacting his petty, sweet revenge. Su Leil drops this iconic line saying, "A bag is like a boyfriend. It's good to hold on tightly," leaving the ex completely humiliated on the floor, while Chen's favorability points with Su Leil just absolutely skyrocket. But he realizes he needs to spend way faster, because buying purses simply isn't moving those billions fast enough. So he logs onto a streaming app, finds a local streamer who's about to log off, and just absolutely crashes her phone by dropping a frenzy of digital rockets. We're talking 10 million spent in mere minutes. The entire platform goes wild. The employees at the streaming company even think it's a massive money laundering scheme. Then, he weaponizes his wealth in an epic streaming war. He sets his sights on the untouchable campus goddess, the student council vice president named Kiki. During a live stream duel where creators compete for donations, Chen drops another 10 million on Kiki under the alias Lonely Snoke. He completely obliterates her opponent Xiaomi, giving Kiki an untouchable lead. All this massive wealth suddenly grants him access to people who never would have looked twice at him before. This leads to a peaceful, romantic, crayfish date with Kiki. But things take a sudden turn. The meal is violently interrupted when his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, yep, the very guy with the Mercedes, shows up, arrogantly throwing hundreds of dollars at Chen, demanding his table. Right then, we get a massive plot twist. A completely different girl shows up and attacks the blonde guy for cheating on her. The blonde guy raises his hand to hit her, and Chen steps right in to protect the girl. Seeing this incredibly dominant display, his ex, Chung's favorability suddenly maxes out to 95. She is officially converted into his bootlicker. The system instantly rewards Chen with 5,000 in real, usable cash and 20 absolutely crucial physical stat points. So with his newly allocated strength points, Chen effortlessly sends that blonde thug flying with a single punch. It's this super satisfying, almost superhero-level moment. His ex actually begs for him back, literally clinging to his leg in the rain. But Chen coldly reminds her of all the times she ignored his sacrifices, telling her the guy who loved her is dead. Kiki, watching all of this unfold, starts calling him her Black Knight. From there, Chen goes on a rapid-fire winning streak in a single, chaotic afternoon. At 10 a.m., he buys a $60 million riverside villa for Kiki without even blinking. By 2 p.m., he's effortlessly fighting off a gang of thugs harassing Sulil at an internet cafe using his new agility points. And then at 4 p.m., he casually strolls onto the campus track, where he absolutely humiliates an old rival named Liang in a spontaneous race, breaking records and just leaving him in the dust. The brutal reality here? Liang trained for a decade, only to lose to a week's worth of system-granted favorability points. In this crazy world, system stats beat hard work every single time. But, success breeds jealousy, and the shadows begin to close in. That humiliated track star, Liang, teams up with a few other defeated enemies to launch a vicious, coordinated online smear campaign on the university forums to totally ruin Chen's reputation. They paint him as campus trash, accusing him of manipulating multiple women and ruining their lives. However, the smear campaign spectacularly backfires. The actual student council president personally investigates and finds nothing but girls, including his ex and Sulil, fiercely defending him. Instead of being expelled, Chen is called to the stage in front of the entire school, where his name is completely cleared, and he's presented with a special hero award for his secret good deeds. But Chen's status upgrade brings a whole new problem. He still needs to burn through his endless wallet to hit the next tier of system rewards. So what does he do? He casually calls up a luxury car dealer and purchases a $22 million LaFerrari, literally one of the rarest cars in the world, like he's just ordering takeout. He then uses that hypercar connection to assemble an entire fleet of Ferraris. Why, you ask? To help his heartbroken friend Wendy ruthlessly humiliate a cheating girlfriend. He rolls up with a crew of wealthy friends, completely exposing this gold-digging ex right in the pouring rain. It's a total power move that shows Chen is now operating on a completely different societal level. Unintentionally, though, this detached, transactional mindset is building him a massive harem of high favorability targets. Just look at these numbers. Kiki is sitting at 91, the little streamer he met is at 92, and even Hygiene, the girlfriend of his track rival, shoots up to 91 just by watching Chen eloquently put her toxic boyfriend in his place. But managing all these girls gets incredibly tricky. Kiki eventually catches him at a high-end restaurant with the little streamer. To explain his erratic spending without revealing the supernatural system, Chen invents this hilarious, over-the-top, totally fake, tragic backstory. He pins her against a wall and tells her he's the heir to a tycoon, bound by a secret rule. He must spend $10 billion in a month to inherit a $50 billion fortune, forcing him to live this deeply misunderstood life. And in a hilarious twist of dramatic irony, his blatant, ridiculous movie plot lie actually makes Kiki fall even more deeply in love with him. She hugs him, apologizing for ever doubting him, so touched that he would share such a heavy family burden with her. Her favorability jumps even higher. However, the tension is escalating rapidly. The girls on campus are not blind, and they begin to realize they aren't the only ones in Shen Yuan's life. We literally see girls bringing him breakfast at the exact same time, turning the classroom into an absolute battleground. Su Lao and his ex, Chong, actually decide to form a secret alliance to take down the biggest threat of all, the campus goddess, Kiki. And this all builds to an explosive cliffhanger. With alliances forming and a friend of Kiki's rushing to warn her about Chen's other women, the whole campus is turning into a massive game of chess to claim the ultimate billionaire prize. Chen is out here juggling multiple 90-plus favorability targets, just dancing on a razor's edge between massive real-world rewards and total social collapse. Chen is treating emotions as purely transactional to game the system. But when these alliances form, real feelings get hurt. It leaves us with this final thought. When you can buy everything from physical stats to love, what is the ultimate price you'll have to pay? Will the system eventually turn on him, or will he actually beat the game?